All right, how's everyone doing? Jeremy from Around the Bend Adventures. I'm here in the Catskills here around Roscoe, I think it's pronounced, New York, supposedly Trout Town, USA. Ended up down here because I actually had to go to West Point for my retirement physical to get my last Army checkup there so they can claim all the damage and see how beat up everything was from the last 26 years. And then I figured I'd head over here for a couple days to get some trout fishing in because there's still a lot of snow. There's still a good amount of snow up in the mountains in Vermont, so things are a little bit behind. And I was intrigued by the idea of Trout Town, USA. So I'm going to do a couple days of trout fishing and, be sleeping in the back of the truck, whatnot. Don't really have much of a plan, so who knows what's going to come of this whole trip. But just wanted to do something else and take advantage of it while I was down here. I'm on my way to Roscoe. I'm going to keep butchering it. Hopefully someone will tell me how to pronounce it. Campground. I tried Beaver Kill, but it was closed, which bummed me out because the river looked beautiful. It was kind of tucked up out there, but I'm headed to this other campground. So I'm going to go look for a spot to live. And really, plan for today is find a place to live, hopefully near the river, and set up camp, cook dinner. I got some bourbons I want to try, and maybe I'll do a little fishing, but nothing extreme for the day. So talk to you guys later. Okay, Roscoe, New York, campground here. Looks really cool. Bust, not open. They're very kind, but they had nothing to rent me, which sucks because I have some spots right on the river. But they pointed me to another place, so I'm gonna go check it out. And if that place isn't what I'm looking for, it'll be going into the Overlander, and then we're really getting an adventure going. So let's see this next place. Well, that was an adventure. Overlander to the rescue again. It directed me towards some of these primitive campsites here, just kind of tucked into the Adirondack National Forest or State Forest or whatever it's called. Yeah, that other one I was at wanted $40 for the night and then $40 for a bundle of wood, and the sites were like in another parking lot, so it wasn't really what I was looking for. So I got this spot. Not too bad. It's got a fire ring and a pit toilet, and obviously, if you put your tent over there, but I'm not doing that. I'm sleeping in the back of the truck. That's it. It's time to get settled in. Gotta go get some firewood, and then I will start cooking. So as you probably noticed from the last trip there, I started getting into bourbon. So for this one, when I was on post at West Point, they got the military liquor store that had some pretty good selection. So I picked up these 3 bottles. I got a Elijah Craig small batch, 1792, and Russell's Reserve. I guess it's a wild turkey kind of brand. So I'm gonna give all those a go. Not gonna do them all tonight, or at least not all of it all tonight. That would be incredibly painful, but got some good sipping whiskey for the next couple nights, and we'll see how it goes. All right, so getting settled in the camp here. I haven't started the fire yet, but I want to get dinner started cooking. So I'm gonna make one of my favorite camp meals here. It's a chorizo queso dip. I couldn't find any chorizo, so I'm just gonna use some spicy ground Italian sausage. I got an onion, 2 jalapenos, and a bunch of cheese. It calls for Velveeta, but I substitute cream cheese for the Velveeta. I think it tastes better. I'm gonna put a bag of that in there, and about half of that's gonna go in as well. So just a couple different types of shredded cheese. But to get this whole thing started, I gotta kind of chop all this stuff up, get it all sizzling, and yeah. And then in a bit, we'll get to eat. There we go, getting it started. I got onions, hot Italian sausage, and jalapeno on there. I'm going to get some Southwest spices I have. Throw those on there and get all that all nice and sauteed up. So the last couple times I did this, I don't think I browned it up enough. I wanted to make it nice and brown this time before I started adding in all the cheese and all that stuff, but we're almost there. All right, looks like I got the cream cheese in already. Time to add the milk. I like to give the cream cheese just a little bit of time to start to melt on its own. Calls for roughly a cup of milk. So I just kind of eyeball it. Oh yeah, it's a little spicy. That'll probably do. Whew, it's got a little zing to it. It's exciting. Stir all that in. Rotate back and forth on the heat here. Seems to be the easiest way for me. Gotta get a better spatula or spoon thing. I bought this hoping it would work, but it's not the best for stirring. Maybe I'll try my spoon. Alright. Now time for Mexican shredded cheese. Throw that in there. Yeah. Throw that in. See now, the average person would look at this and be like, oh, it's almost done. But I think overkill is underrated. So I'm going to put this back on the heat. And I'm going to mix in a little bit more cheddar cheese. And I'm going to add a little more milk because it seems to be getting a little thicker than I want it to be. A little more milk there. Now, some cheddar cheese. It's just for that extra cheddar flavor, really. I really love this cast iron for this. It really helps keep the heat and keep everything kind of cheese dippable here. So I'm really just trying to stir it to get it to like the consistency I'm looking for, which I think I'm almost there. Now the big issue is you gotta kind of eat almost all this in kind of one night. It's gonna be it doesn't really reheat too well. I mean, I give it a go, and it's not bad. But I might add a little more milk. Yeah, just a little more milk. Just to cut it out just a little bit. And I've modified the recipe a little bit. The original one didn't have the jalapenos in it, and it used Velveeta instead of cream cheese. And we experimented, or I experimented, because so the Velveeta just, I don't know, it doesn't really taste all that good to me. And through experimentation, subbed in the cream cheese. There we go. That's the consistency I'm looking for. Now, let's give it a go. See what it's missing. Nothing. It's missing nothing. That came out awesome. All right. Not super fancy, but you know, it works for me. Everything's still a little gray out here. If you, all right, so time to make a drink. So I've had some kind of just bourbon straight, and it was really good. But I want a little something different here. I've been actually really digging the old fashions-ish. What I've done is I've replaced the sugar cube with a buddy of mine's maple sugar operation, Summit Maple Farms. He makes this really good bourbon barrel infused or barrel aged maple syrup. So one in a bourbon barrel, he has another in a apple brandy barrel. So I'm going to use one of those. This is kind of my sweet. I got just regular old aromatic bitters, and I'm going to go with the Elijah Craig here. I've been really enjoying this one. Yeah, I've been kind of enjoying the bourbon thing. So let's do apple brandy. I think that'll be a good one. Got a little ice in my cup. I don't have a lot of ice out here, so that's the cleanest ice I could find. So I'm just going to pour in some maple syrup here. It's probably plenty. It's really easy to overdo. I've kind of damaged it myself. Then I'm going to take some bitters. Do a couple dashes. Yeah, that looks about right. And then bourbon. So this is a tailgate old fashioned here, right? So we're not talking precise measurements or fancy tools, just kind of pouring it in. Give it a swirl to mix it up. Yep, that'll do. That's gonna be nice. Wow, it's just an amazing little stream behind me, or river. It looks pretty awesome. Kind of wish I didn't get the fire started before I kind of stumbled on this, because it'd be worth exploring a little bit. But I got a pretty good fire going, so I think I can't really go too far away. I'm just a little bit outside of the truck, out of sight of the truck. So I think I'm gonna start working my way back. But just beautiful. So much fun exploring some of these new spots. Hopefully I'll be able to turn up some trout tomorrow. It's a little cloudy and overcast. I wonder what the weather's gonna do. But it's nice right now. I should go enjoy my campfire and my bourbon and just relax. Well, it's getting to be about that time of night. I think it's about time to go to bed. Good drive, got over here from West Point, beautiful country, kind of settled in. Looking forward to see what tomorrow brings. I'll see you all tomorrow. All right, good morning. It was a relatively peaceful night last night. Now, most important part, try to get some coffee here before I get on the road. So I got my reactor stove from MSR. I really love this camp stove. Had it for actually a long time now, but works really good. Has a nice big pot on it. So I'm gonna get this bad boy going. Still haven't updated my tailgate here to something flat, so I can still play this game. I'll find the sweet spot. So again, I'm using my Stanley pour over. I picked up some Starbucks Odyssey blend. I don't know, I had some at the house and it was really good. So let's start this out. I gotta measure my water. So I've screwed it up a couple times with the pour over by like trying to guess the amount of water I need to put in. And yeah, that gets messy. So I'll just use the cup. Measure it out, pour it in. Well, actually, one of the things I do need to do today is go get my water can filled up, because I did not do that yesterday. I don't know why. And stupidly forgot my water filter. I mean, you can hear the stream in the background, but yeah, I forgot my water filter, so there's no way to get any water out of it, which is kind of embarrassing. So I had them at the store grind this for pour over, so it's a really coarse grind. I'm gonna go with 1, 2. We'll go for 3. I feel like a little stronger cup today. So about 3 scoops, and then we'll add the water. Water's done. I can do this without screwing it up. I know some coffee purists out there are going to say I'm supposed to pour it in and let it bloom or whatever they say, but I just don't feel like waiting. And that bad boy will drip, and then it'll be coffee. All right. There's my first cup of coffee for the day. Pretty stoked to see how it comes out. It's the first time I've actually had it ground at the store for pour over. It's normally I just do it at home, and this was definitely a lot coarser than the stuff I normally use. So this will be good. All right, so the coarser grind definitely has a difference. Tastes good, but it's still a little weak. I used 3 big scoops, so I think those are this size. I don't know what that is. Hold on. It was off some old, actually off a coffee thing my wife had that we broke. So I just took it. So I'm gonna go 4, maybe 5. I'm gonna go to 5 for this for my road cup, because I want it to be a little stronger. Well, on the road here, just left camp. I don't know if I'm gonna come back to it or not. I marked it in the GPS. I might try to find another one. We'll see. See what the weather does too. It's kind of cloudy. I gotta get some cell service and I'll figure it out. But I'm gonna head into the town of Roscoe or whatever it is. And I gotta find some water, probably top up on gas and cell coverage and all that. But then I'm gonna go fishing and hopefully turn up some trout. It'd be nice to catch some fish. But as my YouTube fly fishing content seems to go, you guys are going to watch me smack the water with my fly line for you, which will be a couple minutes, which will be for me, it'll probably be all day, and then talk about how I didn't catch anything. Maybe this season will be different though, so I'm hoping it is. All right, well, here's the rain. I'm here at the first pull-off on the Willamette or something like that creek. I'll get a better name for it. It's just the first angler's pull-off. There's kind of littered along the way. Take me a little bit to get kind of rolling here, but let's go give it a go here. Kind of looking forward to it, and we'll see what we got. I'm fishing the 6-weight fiberglass full flex rod. I don't know, just felt right. And we'll start chasing the flies around, see what I can get. River looks pretty good. Got one person fishing below me here. So I guess I'll probably head upstream. I'll let them fish down. And let's go see what we got up here. first spot down. Got about 45 minutes of fishing in or so. I didn't catch anything, didn't turn anything up, but not really surprised. First time fishing this area, and they seem to be pretty picky from everything I've talked to, or everyone I've talked to. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep bumping down the river. There's other spots to fish. Maybe I'll find the pool that works for me. Well, the rain's really picked up. It's coming down pretty good, so I'm pushing farther up. Wilmette or Wilmo or whatever it is, creek. Let's find some stuff with a little less water. Got this awesome covered bridge. If I can find some place where I can get out, a little overhead cover, that'd be cool. There was a park I was just at, but it was taken up by like 3 guided parties. They had a awning and all that stuff, or the overhead cover thing. So I'll go find another one. I want to make some coffee and just kind of pick my way. I still got to find a spot to get water actually before I can make coffee. Well, I'm up here at an what is it, Mongop Creek. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong again, sorry. This is a native trout managed stream. I don't know exactly what it means, if they're wild and managed, but the water looks really good. I'm just gonna go give it a shot, and then I'm gonna kind of work my way back down and hit the willow and whatever else along the way. I've just kind of been poking around while it's been raining out, trying to find the spots, but the stream looks great. I'll probably fish downstream and then work my way back up to the truck. On the upside, I was able to find some water, so I got a full can of water now, so I'm good to go. Well, just fished a short section of the river. Didn't really turn anything up, but wasn't really my goal. Just kind of exploring all these cool streams. I'm gonna head back down towards the bigger rivers and see if I can turn some fish up there and find a spot to brew up a cup of coffee. So, yep, let's get going.